One of the first things, and this is, there's always like this reading war going on, particularly about how do you teach black kids to read. So one of the first things you have to know as a parent is, does the teacher know how to teach reading? That's one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about teachers is that, oh, all teachers know how to teach reading. All reading teachers don't even know how to teach reading, let alone a math teacher or a science teacher. So that's, number one thing. I would say most of the questions should be about reading. What they're doing, how do you teach reading in class? What have you noticed, right? Because in reading is different parts. It's phonics, it's phonemic awareness, it's fluency. Like there are different components. Reading in English is complicated. Reading in period is complicated. Reading English, it doesn't always follow the same patterns and all this kind of stuff, right? It's a language that doesn't just come as easy as people assume. And so having this understanding of what's the expertise of the teacher, right? That's the first thing that a parent should be asking. And if they're not satisfied, then the principal, somebody at central office, who's the reading person, who's the literacy expert, what is happening in school, what's happening in the classroom, what could his other teachers do to support, and what also should I be doing at home? Just telling a parent, oh, just read more, just get more books. That's not it. Like there are some specific things that they could be working on. It could be maybe blended sounds. It may be particular vowels. It may be irregular vowels, right? But it needs to be the right fit. It needs to be a book at their level, at the right level of attention. Not too easy, not too hard, just right. That's where kids learn how to read the most. But I've seen tons of parents and teachers just like, yeah, they just need to read. And when I first started teaching, I was a literature teacher. I taught 8th grade, but also thought like, more reading makes you more, just a better reader, right? But that was a privilege of being a good reader as a child and then just reading more and being, accessing, different words and complexities and things like that. If you're a struggling reader or an early emergent reader, like you need some very specific skills to do that. There's such a large population in our country that's functionally illiterate. And so we can't ignore that. And so this idea, right now there's a big push for reading teachers, for elementary school teachers, for teachers in general, as well as administrators, like people who work in schools, to have a better understanding of what reading actually is and what it takes to make advanced readers. Dr. Tatum out of Detroit is doing, he's always done a ton of work because he's like, I don't want just black children, black boys just to be good at reading. I need them to be advanced at reading. And so all his work has been around that. We've been at the Center for Black Educated Development, been working with Dr. Nell Duke and her team to make sure that our curriculum is grounded in the research-based early literacy strategies. And so we're using that to teach pre-apprenticeship teachers, high school and college students of how to teach reading. We're just like, hey, you're not gonna be an expert at it after 8 weeks, but you'll know enough where you can be a reading coach to your younger sibling, your neighbor, and future as a teacher. But this black literacy is one of my things that I feel is just absolutely crucial to the advancement of our people.
Thank you so much for watching I Never Knew TV.
Please subscribe, comment, like.